guys? Welcome back to the Early Edge presented by BetMGM. We have a great classic summer slate going on today. Tons of MLB, tons of WNBA, and we have the right crowd for it. Before we get into it, let's take a look back at Friday. Always got to take a look back. Pretty solid day. 4-3. That's all you can ask. We're making money. We're above 500. Love to see it. Pretty good golf day from the team. Great stuff. We're going to try our best to do that as well. I got Amags. I got Snyder today. This is the dream team, the Saturday dream team, okay? We're short, we're concise, we get green check marks, and we leave. And everyone has a great Saturday. And I'm ready to do it again, guys. Amags, big MLB slate today. How are we feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I was actually just looking up to make sure I didn't get bit by any weather updates, but it's looking like a good day.
All right. Snyder, you were getting your picks in early last night. I feel like you were ready to rock. Have you been looking at the lines?
Yeah, I was studying late. I was kind of disappointed that Amags is actually at home. I liked seeing him at the golf course last week. That was fun.
I know. It was very aesthetic. We could hear the birds chirping. I loved it. All right. Well, speaking of Amags, let's just get right into it, okay? I know you got two plays for us. We're going back to the MLB. You've been feeding the people with all the MLB picks. What do we have today for the Saturday slate?
All right, so I already have this one on the website. I won't go too deep into it. If you want to go read the analysis, you can go there. But I'm going to go Framber Valdez, under 5.5 strikeouts. I like the way that the Mets have looked over the last month or so against lefties. They haven't really been allowing lefties to even get over this number, let alone, whatever their straight line was on that day. I think we only had one in Ranger Suarez. They got to 6 strikeouts. So under 5.5 here, I think that that's a good number. To get at the 5.5 instead of a 4.5. So from that one, I would say just try to go shop around. There were some different numbers out there, but that 133 is totally fine for me. Secondly, though, go to BetMGM right now and bet Brandon Marsh over 1.5 hit runs and RBIs minus 135. It was moving on DK. I was hoping it was going to keep sitting here. And just as I looked, it was still there, minus 135. But when you look at the Phillies facing off against Rodri Munoz today, I like the lefties. And then when you think, lefties, Phillies, we're going to have Harper, we're going to have Schwarber, we're going to get to target those guys against him. Well, they're on the injured list. Now the lineup looks a little bit different. And Brandon Marsh has been slid up the lineup. He's 5 for his last 6. He's had a couple extra base hits in there. So I think today with some good hitting weather in Philadelphia, Munoz, definitely a suspect pitcher. He's given up a whole bunch of runs, even though last start he kind of burned me. I played him on the under on outs. He did give up 4 runs, but he lasted 6 innings. So even if they ask a little more for him, I think he's a very susceptible pitcher to get hit by this lineup today. And Brandon Marsh is going to be my guy at minus 135 there to do it.
Okay, and I heard you said BetMGM is the place to do it, and lucky for the team, we have a nice promo with BetMGM right now. New BetMGM customers can sign up today and get up to $1,500 in bonus bets. Just place your first wager of at least $10 and you will receive up to $1,500 instantly if your bet loses with code EDGE. That is EDGE EDGE. All right, we got the W to get to. We got some more MLB, but before we get to all of it, let's hear one word from one of our partners.
We need your sports news anywhere.
We've got breaking news to bring you.
Then get your sports anytime you want them. Big trade news overnight to discuss.
Because we know you need sports all the time.
A lot of movement in the rankings this week.
A legend adds to their legacy.
We're bringing you that breaking news right here on HQ.
CBS Sports HQ, anywhere, anytime, all the time.
All right, guys, allow me to take us to the W just for a second. We'll get back to the MLB, but somebody's got to take us to the W on this Saturday, and I'm going to do it, okay? We've had a lot of success so far. The early regular season is where you make your money in the WNBA. I don't care if you're watching the games or what you're doing. If you're looking at the stats, this is where you're going to make money. Now, we're looking at the early game today, 1 p.m. Eastern time here. Looking at the Aces headed to the Mystics. The Aces, okay, let me give everyone a little, situation of what's going on here. Great basketball team, probably the most talent in the WNBA. They had a pretty rocky start. They were missing one of their star players. They couldn't seem to figure it out. They weren't playing like back-to-back champions. Since Chelsea Gray, their star, has come back, they are 3-0 against the spread, covering double-digit spreads, hitting their team totals, hitting their overs. They're looking like themselves again. They're looking like back-to-back champs. The Mystics have a ton of injuries. They started their season horrendously. Actually could not get worse than how it was for them. So I was looking at the over. Was at 169.5 yesterday. It's up to 173.5. I think that's a little too high. However, this is an ugly play, but I'm going to go with the Mystics team total over 79.5. This isn't me loving the Mystics in the spot. This isn't me saying the Mystics are going to cover the spread, but they have played 10 basketball games this season and have gone over this number in the last 8. Okay, so 8 of 10 basketball games, they've gone over it. It's been the most recent 8 as well. In the past 3 games, they're averaging 93 points. Okay, I'm not saying this is going to be a huge game for them, but the Aces, the issue they've had all season is they're not playing defense if they don't feel like it. I could see them having a big lead. Maybe in the fourth quarter, we start to get, honestly, a backdoor team total over in the spot. The Aces are allowing 84 points per game. Again, the market is climbing to the over here. We went from 169 to 173.5. I don't know if we can just keep backing the Aces team total here. I think it's actually going to come from the Mystics to help us potentially cover this. So again, put up 91 against the Sun, which is the best defense in the WNBA. That wasn't overtime, but they still were way over that 79.5 line going into overtime. So again, this is ugly, okay? But I think the way we get to this complete over is by taking the Mystics team total over 79.5 because they've been doing it the past 8 games of 10 games this season. So simple play, one play wonder today, but I think that's what we can get from the W. All right, only 2 W games. So let's get back to the MLB, Snyder. What do you got for us? Bring us home.
So, I can kind of get behind when fans rally around weird things sometimes. Like I think back to the Nationals fans and the Baby Shark thing in 2019, thinking that you're winning because of Grimace throwing out the first pitch, whatever. That seems kind of dumb, but it seems to be working for the Mets somehow. And if in the clubhouse, they really believe that they're winning because Grimace threw out the first pitch and they got hot. To go back to Bull Durham when Crash Davis says, if you think that's why you're winning, then you are. Sure. And the Mets are amazing right now. They've won 12 of their last 14, 7.14 runs per game in those last 14 games. I'm going over 3.5 runs with the Mets today at minus 125. It was on DraftKings is where I found that number. The Mets are one of the best teams in baseball against left-handed pitching. And Amags mentioned on Framber Valdez, he's been inconsistent. Kind of a down year for him, 3.68 ERA. I really like this spot for a Mets offense that has been so good, especially against left-handers. Also, I'm going to go out west, and we're going to go to Seattle, where it's the Twins. Pablo Lopez, over 7.5 strikeouts at plus 100. He struck out 10 when he saw the Mariners on May 9th. He struck out 14 last time out, and the Mariners have the highest strikeout percentage in all of baseball. It's actually by a decent margin, too. They strike out a ton. It's a terrible offense. I love this number here on the plus money, so I'm on Pablo Lopez over 7.5 strikeouts.
All right. Simple enough. We're in and out of here, guys. We're sub 10 minutes over here. This is just the dream team. We give green check marks. We don't waste a lot of time, and we get you out of here to have a good Saturday. So with that said, let's take a look at the recap screen here. We got a few plays for you. Framber Valdez under 5.5 strikeouts. Brandon March over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. I am on the Mystics team total over 79.5. Snyder is on the Mets over 3.5 team total, and Pablo Lopez over 7.5 strikeouts at even money. All right, guys. Not too much to do here, okay? Simple day, simple Saturday. Love to see it. Good luck with everyone's bets. Mags, what do you got for us?
Real quick, I didn't even mention the hat, though. I have the Dodgers hat on here because I tweeted out. I'm going to follow Tyler Glasnow tonight to record the win. Got it minus 110 on DraftKings. I like that one tonight against the Giants, too.
Love to see it. Quig saying Mystics might put up 100 tonight, okay? This could be a high-scoring game. Love to see the support in the chat for the W, but we got plenty of plays. We got MLB, we got WNBA. Good luck with everyone's bets today, and we will see you guys on Monday.